In an industrialized post-war state, like Hitler's state, the government is highly likely to be weak. The people will be weary of their weak government. This condition allows a new party to take control of the government. As long as you are a very convincing speaker, you will be able to have the majority at the palm of your hands, with all of your promises to improve the economy and to improve the nation. There are many challenges that one must face when becoming a dictator. Even Hitler faced challenges when he was on the rise of becoming a dictator. Ernst Röhm, a member of the District Army Command, let Hitler into the group of unhappy former servicemen and members of the Freikorps. Hitler's job there was to recruit the strong arms squad, which are used to protect party meetings, to attack socialists and communists, and to create violence. After Hitler joined the party, he found that it was ineffective and felt that it was going to fail and end. His new ideas caused friction between him and the party leaders. After threatening to resign his job, the party allowed him to become their leader, making him have unlimited power. Although Hitler did improve the government, he did not do it in a moral way. When he was first elected chancellor in the January of 1933, the amount of unemployment was at 6 million. However, in the January of 1939, unemployment was at 302,000. The unemployed people were given the option of doing whatever work was provided by the government or to go work in concentration camps. However, Jews and women were taken off the statistic, so in my opinion, the unemployment record is not exactly valid. The government income had been 10 billion Reichsmarks in 1928. In 1939, it had 15 billion. However, the government spent 12 billion Reichsmarks in 1928, but over 30 billion in 1939, a difference of 15 billion Reichsmarks. By 1939, government debt stood at 40 billion Reichsmarks. In Hitler's propaganda, he made horrific ideas seem more acceptable to the public. In one of his propaganda pictures, Hitler is resembling Jesus, and the caption says, "Long live Germany." He looks like he is a great warrior that came out of battle. In another propaganda, it shows the Bible being cut with a knife, and this shows that the Bible should not be trusted and that it is the enemy. By comparing the two pictures, one can see that Hitler was aiming for the public to see him as their new Jesus and to no longer be devoted to their religion, but to be devoted to him instead. To become a dictator in an undeveloped agricultural state, you must get the most important job that you can possibly get and use it to your advantage, like Stalin did. Similar to Stalin, you could use your job as a way to allow your allies into other government jobs. This will therefore increase your political support. In your nation's policy-making committee, you will be able to isolate the opposing ideas because of your great amount of allies in that committee. From there, you will be able to rise to power and destroy the rest of your rivals. A challenge faced by Stalin during his rise to power was that he did not have a very important job. He was the general secretary of the Communist Party. Although seemingly of little importance, Stalin had to use what he currently had to make the odds in his favor. He made shrewd appointments and only let people that would join his side into the party. This went on for a while, and Stalin had to wait for his time to come before he could rise in power. Stalin used collectivization and the 5-year plan to improve their economy. Stalin needed money to create an industrial revolution. In order to do so, he needed to sell his grain to other countries. However, he also had to feed the workers in town. He did this by using new and advanced farming techniques, which would help produce grain faster. Because peasants controlled the prices of their grain for so long, they resisted the idea of collectivization. Because of collectivization, the countryside was in chaos. Anyone who objected the following rules were sent to labor camps in Siberia. Millions of peasants were forced off the land into industry and cities. About 10 million people died of starvation, and food production fell, and there was famine from 1932 to 1933. During the 5-year plan, Stalin focused on heavy industry like coal, steel, oil, and gas. New dams and hydroelectric plants were built to create the energy new industries. In the building of the Belmore Canal, 100,000 workers died. By prioritizing heavy industry, problems such as shortage of consumer goods like clothes arose. Although Stalin repeatedly said that the economy was getting much better and that Russia was achieving their 5-year plan, I do not believe that either of those were really achieved. Stalin also used propaganda to make his ideas seem as if they were greatly improving Russia. One propaganda shows the number 2 plus 2 equals 5. This propaganda shows his wish of the 5-year plan to be completed in 4. With the peasants rebelling against the plan, and the amount of stress there is on the economy, and the people to produce certain amounts of things in a limited time, Stalin is making an absurd request to finish his plan in 4 years. However, this propaganda, as well as speeches from Stalin saying that Russia is achieving their plan, makes the public believe in Stalin.